So we're closing out our month on Change Your Thinking, Change Your Life. And gratitude is the key. Gratitude is the key to this whole process of changing your thinking and changing your life. Is affirming that we're changing and being grateful for the changes, being grateful for the opportunities to learn and grow. We used to call it, when I was in school many years ago, and getting ready to do this work, we used to call it, I'm in a fog. I'm in a fog. And what did that mean? I'm having another freaking opportunity to grow. I'm in a fog. And yes, and then we do. And we are changing, but we need a place in which to grow and to do that. So my first gratitude, right, is for a community. Yes, we can do a lot of spiritual work on our own. We can. And actually, when we do a spiritual work on our own, we get deep and profound insights and have profound experiences of the one. There's no question about it. But it is in community that we marry our spirituality with our humanity. And we can spend a lot of time in that aspect of our life feeling broken, feeling lost, or maybe traumatized, or just simply not good enough, or never doing it right. Right? And it is the blessing of the community that can see our truth when we don't see it for ourselves, that can lift us up and hold our hand and remind us of what we see in each other, and maybe push a little bit. Maybe call out some of that greatness. Maybe remind ourselves that continuing to focus on our smallness, our mistakes, our inabilities, the things that aren't working, the things that we don't like, the things that we think should be different, that focusing on those things actually grows them. And so, yes, we have the trusted places where we have our conversations about the things that, we need to grow and work on. We need an opportunity to vent in a safe place. No question about it. But when that starts turning into complaining, nothing ever is working out right, it's always somebody else's fault, there's always something going on that isn't exactly up to snuff, and we're talking about that over and over and over again, we're actually holding in place the very things we're trying to change and grow out of. And so the way that the most significant key of all the spiritual keys there are, of all the spiritual truths and all the spiritual tools and everything, the most significant key is gratitude. And when we sing that song, I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful for all that I have. Do you see, that song isn't about being favored because we're spiritual or because we're whatever. It's an opportunity for us to recognize that despite the fact that we're growing and practicing, and that there aren't things that are perfect, that there are things that aren't perfect, there is, in fact, so much good in our lives. There's so much good in our lives. There's so many good people doing so much good in life everywhere. There are so many people that are kind, that are seeking to make changes, whether it's changes in racial inequity or around our planet or socioeconomic inequities or all of the different ways that the violence that we see. There's so many good people doing so much good work. And if all we do is see what's not working and talk about what's not working, we're holding in place what's not working. Amen. Yeah. Now, this does not mean Pollyannish blind eye. Oh, I don't see it. If I see it, I'm making more of it. No, it doesn't mean we don't see it. It means we see it and we tell the spiritual truth about it, which is that there is a power that is greater than all of that. There is a power that is greater than all of that. It's the power of love. It's the power of the light that each one of us are in every small moment, in every big moment, and in all the moments in between. That power is more powerful. But it is only present and more powerful when we also give it attention. And we give it attention by gratitude, by being grateful. One of the things that I do in my spiritual practice in the mornings is I sit and I look out my windows. I purchased this particular condo because I feel like I live in a tree house. I can only see trees. I'm up on the second floor, a second story way over a ravine, and all I see are trees and sky. And I watch, when it's not raining, which I love, I watch the sun coming through those leaves and the quality of the light as it hits the leaves. And sometimes seeing the leaves from below and the light as it's shining through, and other times as it's shining on the leaf. Sometimes the leaves are green and sometimes they're gold, and sometimes I'm just waiting for them to come out. And I am so blessed. Simple, right? I'm so grateful for that moment. That moment. In that moment, Spirit has shown up. Love is present. And we want big moments and, lightning bolts and fabulous things. And yet it's in the small moments, in the ordinary moments of our lives, in the ordinary kindness, in that moment where we stop and we recognize, not only am I changing, but I have changed. I have changed. I have grown. Something is moving. Something is happening. And it's happening not only in my life, it's happening in the life of this community. And it is in fact happening in our nation, and it is happening on the planet. Humanity is in fact waking up, despite what the news tells us. And the way that we see that, and the way that we find it, and the way that we give it attention and energy is through gratitude. And again, not the gratitude that we hear in the old story about the monk who comes up to the altar rail in the church and is very prolific in his praise and what he says in that prayer of praise. I'm so grateful that I'm not that person, kneeling, suffering. I'm so grateful I'm not that person, right? It's not that kind of gratitude. It's not arrogance. It's not, I'm grateful that I'm not that. It's grateful that I am this and that that's available to everyone. I'm grateful for every opportunity that I have to be love, to be kind, because love and kindness are in my life. Do you see? So, from a human point of view, gratitude is polite, right? Something we learn as children. We have manners, it's polite. We also know that gratitude is a lot of social lubricant, makes things go well. But it has a much more profound spiritual truth to it. The profound spiritual truth to it is, one, it does cause us to pay attention to things, which is, in fact, the co-creative act. And therefore, that which we pay attention to grows. Gratitude is then, by definition, a generative spiritual activity. Gratitude generates. And so when we are in gratitude, in deep gratitude, in real gratitude, whether it is simply for the sun on the leaves, or it is for some magnificent, big, giant thing, and everything in between, we are intentionally and joyously participating in the evolution of life itself, in the healing of humanity, in the bringing sanity to humanity and our planet. We are, in fact, generating the world we seek to live in. And again, not in a Pollyannish way, but in a deeply committed, powerful way to spend our mental and spiritual coin on the things that work. I remember years and years ago, we were participating in an activity that a group had put on, that had started in the United States. You got little purple wristbands, and it was, I agree to live in a complaint-free world. Remember that? Practicing it much? You working on it? I said, yeah, you don't have to raise your hand on that one. Yeah. It's really great to every morning do your gratitude journal. I have a fabulous journal, and every day it asks me to write 3 things that I'm grateful for, what's working well and what's not working well, or what would I like to have better. Every day I write those things down. And so it's important. But the other side of that coin is to notice how much we complain, what we complain about, what we're focusing on with our complaining. Complaining is just the other side of gratitude. Complaining is the belief that we're not blessed. Complaining is the belief it's not working out. Complaining is the belief that we're victimized. Complaining is the belief that somebody's doing it to us or something is wrong. Complaining is focusing on the very thing we don't want and giving attention to it. So a complaint-free zone is created when we do the spiritual discipline of gratitude. Now, this does not mean, on the one hand, as I said, we're not looking at it. It also isn't fake gratitude. It doesn't mean we take a horrible situation and we say, oh, I'm grateful, there must be something good in here. I'm grateful that I don't know, but I'm going to be grateful because I'm supposed to be. Right? It might mean that there is something going on, there is something that is not what we want it to be, but rather than complaining about this, well, we go and we look for things to be grateful for. Do you see? And what puts us in that generative place so that we can come back to the thing that isn't the way we think it should be or that hasn't yet changed, and we can now come to it with cheerful expectancy and with an ability to engage with it from a different point of view. Do you see? We're not doing kindergarten spirituality here. It's not, oh, I'm unhappy here, so I'm just going to pretend to be grateful. Or I'm going to pretend to be grateful about something in here, even though what I really want to do is complain about it. Now we're finding that deep place within us that recognizes, as Tracy so beautifully said, that original blessing is the fundamental truth of life. That is the fundamental truth of life, not suffering. The original blessing is the fundamental truth of life, and our gratitude, through our gratitude, we find our way to that. And that allows us to bring more love and light into the world and to share our love and light in a way that does, in fact, lift and shift and change not only us as individuals, but our collective consciousness as a whole. And so we have Thanksgiving one day a year to remind ourselves how important it is. But like so many holidays and rituals, it can become a cliche, and I don't know about you, but I sure as heck ate too much turkey, stuffing, and mashed potatoes, and pie. Oh my gosh, right? And somehow our gratitude celebration has evolved into football and overeating. I know, it's kind of a strange thing, right? So let us not leave it on the Thanksgiving table. I love that. Thank you, Dr. Tracy. Thanks living. Thanks living. Thanks living. Living from gratitude. Not I am so blessed and I'm grateful I'm not your not so blessed life. Not I'm so blessed and you're not. Not I'm so blessed what happened to you. I'm so blessed and I'm so grateful because we're all originally blessed. And we should, even though we don't like that word should, we should, and I want for all of us to have a life that allows us to say, I am so blessed. I am so grateful. And part of the way that we contribute to growing that life is we look for the little moments where we can in fact say, I am so blessed. I am so grateful. So we're going to take just a little bit of time to have an opportunity to do that. We did not have our normal Thanksgiving sharing on Thanksgiving this year. And so I'm going to ask you to think about and be willing to come up here. And we're going to have this, thank you so much, Michael. We're going to have this microphone just right here. And thank you. And so an opportunity for you to focus on one thing in your life that you are grateful for, that you would like to speak into the room, that you would like to provide some energy to share, or just to express your gratitude. Because we are so blessed and there is so much to be grateful for. So you can come on up whenever you're ready. We'll form some little lines and we're just gonna start. So just come up and say your name and just come right on up here. Since you're first, Marcy, you just come right on up here and say your name. And you can't. You might want to stand on the step. We'll just do that for you.
I'm so grateful that I'm living a life where I have the power and the ability to change and recreate my life in the middle of my life.
Yay! Yeah.
I'm so grateful for...
You can say your name too.
Oh, my name's Sharon. I'm so grateful to this community for allowing me to grow and have a space to interact with people that are on that same path. And recently I got it. I mean, I figured it out. And so if you haven't yet, just keep on coming. You will.
Beautiful. Thank you, Sharon. Thank you.
Good morning. I am Julia. Buenos dias. And I'm so grateful for CSLDallas. The teachings, the love, the companionship, your lovely, loving community is my new family. Because I finally have found my place where God is, where He's teaching me, and why I'm growing like never before. In 74 years of life, this is just the beginning. Woo!
Good morning, I'm Stephanie. Every morning on my moving meditation, which I call walking, I breathe deep, and it's gratitude for. It's really about just ability. And one of the things that I learned when I was a Catholic was make me an instrument of your peace and kindness and love. So I'm grateful for just that ability to be the conduit of love and understanding, compassion, sympathy, empathy to my family and my friends and my kids and all the people that I interact with on a daily basis.
Beautiful. Thanks, Stephanie. You can form a line so you can come on up here.
I'm Linda, and I'm so grateful that at my age I can still make a difference.
Yes, beautiful. Thank you so much, Linda.
Yeah, I'd like to go along with that one too. I can't believe I am at my age. And yet I feel like I'm so many years younger. I mean, if I would have looked back or ahead and say, and I don't want to say what my age is, but you know, I'm older. And I would have looked ahead, I said, wow, what an old guy that is. But you know what? We're as young as we want to be in our head. But what I came up here to be grateful for is not only CSL, but I really realized in the last little while, like you mentioned it today, there's a lot of people out there that want to do good. A lot of communities, a lot of people that think like we do. And I don't want to bring up politics, but the last election kind of showed that. We were so covered up in so much negativity for so long, and then they thought, oh, this big red wave. But you know what? Truth kind of is bringing through more and more and more. But there is just really a lot of communities, a lot of people, and I think there's much more good than there is evil, and we will win, the world will win, and we're on. And I was talking about, Carol mentioned something today, something about technology. She's thankful for YouTube, because we could go in and learn how to change the struts on our car. Okay, something you just go, how much information is at our fingertips? You know, we've got Alexa in our house, and we're always questioning each other about everything. So rather than question each other, we ask Alexa, and there's an answer there. I mean, we are living in the space age. We are Star Trek right now. And I'm so thankful for all of those things, because this is a wonderful world that's being created.
Beautiful. Thank you, Bill. Yes, the oracle of Google, right? Lovely. Come on up here, Malcolm. Nope, you don't have to do that. Michael will take care of it for you.
Okay, so what I'm grateful for is...
Stand up straight. He'll take care of it. Or you can take it off. Or he'll, yep.
Yeah, is it, can I just...
Yep, there you go.
Okay, so what I'm grateful for is my ability to provide for my family. It's been... There are times where I haven't had the money for clothes, for shoes, for me and my 3 sons. And I didn't actually pursue like job and money, and I gotta have money, I gotta have wealth, like, you know, money. It really wasn't like that. I thought about happiness, and I thought about praying for the ability to provide, and everything just kind of fell into place. You know, when I pursued happiness and being grateful, everything just kind of came to me. It's like I wasn't looking for a wife, but a wife just kind of came to me, my beautiful wife, Stephanie, over there. And the job came because I said, well, I'm going to study, I'm going to get more certifications, and I'm just going to pursue the better job. And that all kind of fell into place too. And, you know, better health, that kind of fell into place as well. That helped, my health helped me pursue my martial arts practice quite a bit. So it's just a general gratitude for everything just coming together the way I needed it to come together in order to be a better person.
Beautiful.
So,
yay.
that's what I'm grateful for.
Thank you. Thanks, Malcolm.
Thank you.
Beautiful. There you go.
So I'm Carol, and something that's really been on my mind lately and in my life experience is how different everybody is, how different thinking is, or attitudes towards things, and even memory. That 2 people will have 2 separate memories of the same event, and they don't agree. And so what I'm grateful for is forgiveness. The ability, like you're talking about with the gratitude cancels out that resentment or anger or irritation or whatever because two people have different memories of the same thing, or that one person thinks an entirely different thing about an object or a situation than another person. And you can't tell who's right because it already happened in the past and now it's just subjective experience. So when forgiveness comes in, all of that difference just dissipates.
Yes.
And all that's left is love. And I'm
Yes.
really grateful for that.
Beautiful. Thank you, Carol. Beautiful.
I'm Willie, and I'm very grateful for modern medicine. My grandson is having, probably won't be able to talk. He's having a huge surgery tomorrow for scoliosis. So if you guys could just hold him up in his truth. I love you guys.
Yay. Thank you. Thanks, Willie. Absolutely. We'll do it.
I'm Denise, and the song that we sang this morning about light. I'm grateful, in line with some of the things that have been said, that the light of the world seems to be getting brighter. And in line with that, my light is getting brighter.
Yeah.
When the pandemic happened, it was a very difficult year for all of us. It was even more difficult for me because I lost my mom. And I was already on this path, and I started listening to our online community. Thank you, Reverend Petra. And I found my home. And not only that, I get to sing. I love it. For the first time in my life, I get to hold a microphone. I've sung in choirs for years, but I get to hold a microphone and stand on stage, and I love it. So let your light shine.
Yay. Thank you, Denise. I love that. That's awesome.
Hi, I'm Bakari Issa. I would like to just say that I'm just to follow what he said and just say I'm grateful for the chances that have came into my life, but specifically due to CSLDallas. I don't think that I'd be up here, standing next to Dr. Petra, speaking, if it wasn't for just CSLDallas and the teachers, the things they've taught me throughout the years. I used to be up there upstairs back when CSLDallas had their Joy Village upstairs in a small room, and I never thought I would be speaking in front of you guys. So I'm really thankful for that, and thankful for all you guys.
Yay. Yay. We're grateful for you, too.
Jerry, and one thing I appreciate about the holidays is how they have been a catalyst for my extended family to get together and fellowship together. And also I'd like to mention I'm grateful that CSL has had a noon Zoom meeting that has gone on since 2000. And it's on Wednesdays now, and that's been a really good way for me to interact with fellow CSL attendees.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you, Jerry. Yeah, Reverend Patty, she does the noon Zoom meetings, so check it out on Wednesdays.
I'm Carl, and I'm grateful for this healing space. We all have our opinions, be they red or blue, how things should be. We especially have our opinions how other people should be.
Oh, how can you say that?
It's just something I've observed. Maybe in myself, I won't talk about that. But what I'm grateful for is that when we're here, we pour into this space. And this is a healing space. And when people come, in spite of their beliefs, they get healed too.
Yeah, beautiful. Thanks, Carl. Yeah, thank you.
Hello, I'm Valerie, and I just want to say that The sum of all of my parts are greatly influenced by all of you in this community that I love and have been a part of for about 11 years now. And so I just want to say I'm so grateful that I have a spiritual home.
Yeah, thanks, Val.
Hi, my name is Marla, and I am so grateful that I found, or CSLDallas found me, just to be amongst people in a place that's a reflection of who I am and where I am and where I'm going. So,
Beautiful. Thanks, Marla.
Hello, everyone. Fiona. I'm grateful for CSL Dallas because I found you guys online during the pandemic in California. And there's lots of things I'm grateful for. I feel as though you can't lump it all into one. But also what we see as light and darkness, fear, emotions, I feel as if you don't have those, it won't bring you to where you need to be. It's like a revolving door. That's kind of how I feel it. So the happiness and the sadness, even though it can be painful at times.
Yes.
We wouldn't seek guidance, would we? And evolve. So
Thank you, Fiona. Thank you. Beautiful. All right, we have time for one or two more.
I'm here.
Yes.
Okay, so my name is Candy, and I have been here for, 30 years, maybe more, I don't know. And it's just, this has been the place where I grew. She's a taskmaster, but when I look at what I have and the opportunities to do what I love, and then you're here. What a blessing to be alive. God bless.
Yes.
My name is Kathleen. I'm grateful for my new great niece, Eleanor Rose, born 5 weeks ago. I'm grateful for all new life and for the love and the joy and the peace that it brings.
Yes. Beautiful. Thank you so much, Kathleen. Thank you. All right, here we go. Last one. Yay.
Well, I'm grateful for friendship that we have here, that bonds us together. Friendship. I've developed friendships in a way I've never had before, and it's a deeper place. I'm grateful that before I came here today, Randy and I were in the class with Petra at home, online. We were able to sit there and go through the science of mind, science of consciousness together, and you have a healing, and so it's so wonderful. Yeah, thank you.
Yay. Thank you, Carl. Yay. Thank you so much, everybody. So many things to be grateful for. So grateful for you. So grateful that you're grateful for the community, and that we're in community together, in person and online, and all the ways in which we are engaged with each other. So just keep affirming, keep looking, keep seeing. So much to be grateful for. Spend a little time every day, and then we'll have Thanksgiving, and not just Thanksgiving one weekend a year. Thank you so much. Beautiful.